This week I had a conversation with Professor Stafford Lightman, a professor of medicine from Bristol with a particular interest in the stress response. Here are the top 5 insights from that interview. Number 1, not all stress is bad. In fact, our acute stress response serves a hugely important and life-saving function. In the presence of a threat, your body rapidly activates the release of more sugar for energy to fight or run away, increases your heart rate to pump that sugar around the body, and there are brain changes that force you to ignore everything else and focus on the threat and the potential solution to it. Number 2, it's all in your head. So acute and chronic stress responses are controlled entirely by your brain, which triggers the physical effects of feeling stressed. And it is how your brain perceives and emotionally responds to the threat or pressure that determines if a stress response occurs and how severe it is. And how your brain responds is largely outside of your control and influenced heavily by your upbringing and life experiences, which impact how you react and why we all react differently in different circumstances. Number 3, medications are rarely helpful. So unless you have a psychiatric condition, such as general anxiety disorder, then medications are typically not the answer. The most important thing is to remove or minimize the threat or pressure, but another great way to manage stress is to share your feelings with other people. So speak to friends, family, or even a therapist if that is available to you. Following that, the focus is on your brain because it controls the stress system. This means working on how you perceive the problem, improving your sense of control over the problem, and nurturing your general mental health. For example, having projects that give you a sense of achievement, getting out and enjoying nature, socializing, and more. Number 4, being healthy is becoming more stressful. So let's face it, we've never in our history obsessed more about our health. But the question is it necessary or even helpful? Now, the health and wellness industry is enormous now, but it benefits from making us feel that we're not well, so that we buy more gadgets and more supplements and more testing kits. But what is the evidence for most of this? One example given by Professor Lightman is cortisol salivary testing kits that supposedly measure your levels of stress, but the science actually shows that it is a meaningless test. The levels of cortisol go up and down in normal people all the time. And number 5, sleep your way to better health. One thing that Professor Lightman was very passionate about was the importance of sleep for good physical and mental health. Not getting enough can cause significant harm, but what is less well appreciated is sleep regularity, and that is going to bed and getting up at approximately the same time of day every day, and this is what is most beneficial for health. If you'd like to watch the full interview, you can click the video on screen now. And if you'd like to join me as I uncover how to be healthy and well with the least amount of stress, then click the subscribe button.